Legacy Maker, the All Sports Network.
Welcome to Commonwealth Sports Talk, Season 3, Episode 11, with your hosts, Joe Dillard Jr. and Lamonte Thomas. Special guest, Tim Smith, former East Tennessee State and Denbigh High School basketball star.
Welcome to Commonwealth Sports Talk. I'm your host, Joe D, coming back to you with episode 11, season 3, as we bring you Tim Smith out of East Tennessee State University, out of Hargrave Military Academy, out of Denbigh High School, Uptown Newport News. This is going to be a great one for you. So go ahead and tune into that one coming soon. Again, you know, this podcast is designed to spread knowledge, teach, and inform the listener and viewer about the positive advancement of Virginia athletes born or raised, and definitely born and raised. Again, this is brought to you by Legacy Maker Sports, Grind and Pray. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Well, welcome to Commonwealth Sports Talk. We have with us Tim Smith, Denbigh legend, Hargrave Military, East Tennessee State, around the way type of guy, real as it get, man. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. I'm glad to be here.
Absolutely, man. We want to go ahead, you know, with our show, we always take everybody back through the, you know, the ringer or whatnot. But I've known you for a while, so I already know the ball was in you from day one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm
gonna be different and say, how important was it that basketball was a tool for your life? Like, how important was that?
It was definitely important, man, because it was part of my day, my everyday thing that I used to do, like especially waking up, playing through the house. Moms would get mad, you know, knocking over stuff. You know, I'd go on a small little goal we had, you know, So it was just, man, I loved the game, man. And of course, I looked up to people and it made me love it even more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And so, you know, your time at Denbigh, you know, you got through there, high school, but I want to go through the Boo Williams times.
Yeah.
Did you realize talent was different on these levels? Like, you know how that worked. You play around the way. People, you know your people, you know what I'm saying? You play a couple rec leagues, whatnot. But then you go to AAU and it's like, okay, this is all of the 7-5. Okay, this is all of Virginia. Okay, this is national. When did that wake you up? Like, what years was that when that started to hit?
It was definitely early because we started early, you know what I'm saying? So like with the AAU, especially back in our day, man, the AAU circuit was different, man. It's like washed up now, man. It's like it's 1,000,001 teams, man. So it's like every team is washed up. You know, they parents want their player on their team, their son on their team. Like it's all over the place now. But it was just like when
you really had to earn it back then.
Yeah, you did, yo, because it wasn't nothing but like 2 teams maybe.
That's it,
you know. so yeah, you really did, yo. So it just made me realize, like, because we used to go to Stanton, you know what I'm saying, then these places, and then I'm just like, hey, we can hang, you know what I'm saying, like that. So it was just like, you never thought, you just went and played it and just did what you did, you know, like through the playgrounds, you know, coming, like you said, come from where we from. Like my game, what I did on the playground, I did in the games, you know, so I didn't really change much.
I'm so glad you said that. For those who are seeing you for the first time, hearing you for the first time, this was one of the most ball on a string, Kyrie Irving version guys that you could ask to dribble the rock. Like he did not let the game changed wherever he was. He went from the street, went from Denbigh, went from everything was just, hey, give me the ball, let me be a walking bucket. You know what I'm saying? Lucky lefty style. And
yeah, absolutely. It was just all instance, nothing planned, just everything pretty much instant.
Absolutely. Definitely had that sham god on a rope,
Oh,
bro. I mean, there was so many books about it, so many write-ups about it.
You won't gonna be a victim.
Hey, you're right though. It's crazy because I learned it right from AAU. You know what I'm saying? Like when I was playing with actual Boo Williams. Because Boo Williams, the Boo Williams team, the 17 under, whatever, he brought me on as a freshman. You know what I'm saying? My freshman year at Denbigh. So he brought me on, and it was this guy named Omar Cook that was from New York. Played for Riverside Church, you know. So I used to see him do it, and I'm just like, yo, what is that? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's how I took it. So like I used to watch other point guards, you know what I'm saying? And I take some of their game that I like and that can make my game better. And that's what I did, yo. You know, so the Sham guy came, that's where I learned it from. When I seen him do it, I took it from him. And then it was crazy when he started seeing me do it. He's like, yo, you gotta teach me the floater. Right. He's like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody was, you know, like respect it, and then like, yo, I need this part of my game that you have in my game, you know, same vice versa. So when that happened, I had brought it back down here, you know what I'm saying? Because wasn't nobody doing it down here. So I brought it down here. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna do this.
I want to talk a little bit about Hargrave, man.
Yeah.
I know about Hargrave. My mother is actually
okay. Yeah, it's crazy. One stoplight down there, man.
Yeah, for sure. So Hargrave actually still producing some ballers, man. Shout out to their director of player personnel, Ryan King, man. That's
okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, that's what's up, man. They are too. I be following sometimes.
Yeah, Montrezl Harrell, Terry Rozier, those guys come out of Hargrave, man. So talk a little bit about, you know, what that program did for you and your development.
It definitely got me back on the right track, you know, because like I used to like when high school I used to mess up, man. I used to just want to play ball, didn't think school, you know what I'm saying? Didn't think school. So I ended up my sophomore year, my junior year. It was my junior year. I played half my junior year and my grades were bad, so I couldn't play, you know, the rest of it. So what happened was like Boo Williams made a call and was like, yo, we need to get him. But I'm gonna take it back a little bit because actually, I don't think nobody ever knew this, but Mountain St. Zion wanted me to come. Okay. They wanted me to come. They wanted me to leave. They wanted me to leave and come during the season. And I was like, nah, I'm not gonna leave during the season, you know. Yeah. And so, you know, I turned that down. And so after that, like Boo Williams was like, yo, he reached out to Hargrave and was like, yo, we got to get him, you know, whatever. So he put a good word in and made sure I was right, even after the fact that happened at Denbigh, you know what I'm saying, with my grades and stuff. So the Hargrave was important, man. It taught me a lot, man, like, because it was more structured. And the way they did things was different, but it was uniform, military. So everything was different, man. But it helped out a lot.
Got that focus in on ball, you know what I'm saying, and what ball could bring from you.
Yeah, absolutely. But then it was just the other things because we were still doing like military stuff.
Yeah.
We were still doing, so it was like discipline too as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like everything had to be folded a certain way, had to be put under your shoes had to be a certain way under the bed. Like, you get points, like negative points, stuff like that. Like it was crazy. Yeah. It was like it was crazy.
That make it sound easy when a coach demands of you or criticizes you or asks of stuff, when you can take that consistent structure daily and then go to practice. Practice easy after that.
Man, absolutely, because it actually Hargrave, man, it's like a prison. You know what I'm saying? It's like, man, it's you're small, you know what I'm saying? You got bunk bed, you got a sink, that's it. And then you have showers for everybody. So it's like, man, it ain't no TVs in there, no nothing. See, back then we couldn't have phones, cell phones, nothing. It's like, I think they're more lenient now, but back then, man, we couldn't have none of that. We had to leave everything at home.
That's crazy, bro. So how did it get to East Tennessee? Like what What sold you there?
It was crazy because like East Tennessee, like it was the assistant coaches, like they would stay on me, like because I got my scores late. You know what I'm saying? So actually, I was supposed to be at Marquette. I don't know if people knew that. You know what I'm saying? Like Marquette was on me hard. Tom Crane, he was the coach.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, we want you." And he had put Dwayne Wade on the phone because Dwayne Wade was there. And he was like, "Yo, both of y'all can do some damage, man. We want you. We waiting on your scores." And you know, big schools, you know, they normally not going to wait too much longer if they feel like, you know, they can get another player and not lose them, probably just as good or whatever. So that's how that kind of went. And then, but East Tennessee never left me. They always stayed there, even though I had other options. They stayed there, so it was just like a loyal thing. Like, okay, all right, y'all stayed with me, even through, you know, taking my scores over and over again, and finally getting them. And that's how I ended up, you know, just rocking with them because actually Xavier wanted me too. And that was Skip Prosser. Like he wanted me heavy too, but then he ended up
taking the Wake Forest job.
Getting the Wake Forest job. And so when he got the Wake Forest job, he called me. He was like, "Look, just because I got the Wake Forest job don't mean I'm not interested in you still." He said, "We just gotta wait." And he was like, "It's this kid, Justin Gray, that was out of Oak Hill with Carmelo." And he was like, "If Justin Gray don't take the scholarship is yours." But he ended up taking the scholarship. So it was crazy.
That's crazy. You'd have been with Josh Brown and Howard?
Josh Howard.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. And then you faced them, and you know, and like I said, you just told me how you went there, and it was straight damage. They were instantly blessed with your presence, like rookie freshman of the year, coaches and media version, 03-04 tournament MVP, like.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy how that worked out too. And that's why I'll be telling my son, like, yo, you got to prove your skills on every level. Like, just because you did this in high school, you still got to prove yourself again when you get to college. And then from college, when you get to professional, you got to still prove it. Because even when I got to college, I would come in and I was killing them. Like I was killing my team and stuff like that. But the coach still didn't start me. And I'm just like, man. But it kind of found out like the coach really, he was a more offense type. You know, like a what you call. So like that's why I used to come off the bench. But then
slower pace.
The other coach.
It's breaking up.
Yeah. You want to make us do that. We gotta, and that's how we kind of like took off from there. Like, you know.
There we go. Let me hit pause. There we go.
Okay.
We pros at this. We're going to adjust that. There ain't no worries. But take me back to how the offensive system. I think you were coming off the bench. It was blurring up.
Yeah, I was coming off the bench, and you know, the assistants was like, "Yo, we need to start him." You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to start him. Like, we need to change up because it's not working. You know, I think it was like the first 2 or 3 games I didn't start, and that's how it ended up happening. Because even the player in front of me, it was crazy. Big up to my man Sam Holtman because he even went to the coaches like, "Look." Because he was the one starting in front of me. He's like, "Look, man, we need to start him because I want to win." Like he even did that. So it was just like, man, for a person to be like that, man, he just all respect. And after that, we just kind of like started gelling and we just took off.
That's when the real hits the fan.
Yeah, because the coach actually adjusted to my game. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's dope.
So I can respect him for that too, because a lot of coaches won't do that.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, that's a coach that wants to win is what that sounds like. And
that's true.
You know what I'm saying? When you know you've got a talent, you got to maximize that talent in every stretch of the manner. But he's right. If the team, and shout out to Last Chance U with Mosley. I just watched that, and it takes everybody on a journey again. Is all the point is. But you have to earn your teammates' respect, regardless of who you are. You could be a star. You could be the sixth man. You could be the best 3-point shooter. You could be the biggest dude. It don't matter. If you ain't earned the stripes of the team, bro, success is not going to happen. And if coach can't recognize that, that's where the team loses at the beginning of the season already.
Yeah, that's true. Man, that's so true, man. It's well said, too. It's definitely true.
Yeah. I mean, it instantly gratified the program. I mean, 2003, 2004 tournament MVP, like I said, take me through how it switched up on conferences. Like, we had Brian Randall on, and he had to go through that too, and he flourished. Matter of fact, I think y'all were in the same year. Y'all jokers were both 2006 Player of the Year.
Yeah,
Shout out to that in VA that year.
So
the Atlantic Sun Player of the Year.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But the way that happened was we had cut our football team. So when we cut our football team, they didn't like go through the proper steps. So the conference was like, look, so they kicked us out of the conference. So they just told us like, because it happened my sophomore year, I believe, or either freshman, sophomore year. And they was like, the last year is going to be, which is my junior year. So they kicked us out after my junior year. And that's how we ended up going to the Atlantic Sun, because
that's crazy.
They cut our football team.
That's crazy. That probably was a Title IX push. I had to. It's got to be equal numbers in conference. Colleges got to do it, and football always seesaws that number. And if you don't do it,
because that's your major sport. That's the money sport. And
exactly.
Of course, we was the money sport there at that university. So.
Look, I want to give a shout out to my basketball lifestyle. That's when you know you good, when the school is run by the basketball program, and the numbers can even out, but you still don't want anybody left behind. But I'm just saying, it's so dominant with football, saying, oh well, our sport brings in the money. Basketball can do the same thing, and to be quite honest with you, that's what 15 to 16 home games compared to 6 home games for them. So I don't know. Call me a fool. That's how I look at it.
And then even when you get these big schools, they'll pay. They'll pay the school. They'll pay the school for you to play. And that's how it works sometimes. But it's crazy because after I want to say my freshman, maybe my sophomore year, like
ain't nobody want to play y'all.
Like ain't nobody want to play us, bro.
Ain't nobody want to play y'all.
Ain't nobody want to play us, man. So it was like it was crazy, yo. It was crazy. Yeah, man, they didn't want that on their record or the possibility. Like, so we lost out a lot, like on playing bigger teams because teams will fall back. So like, it's crazy. It's definitely a money thing in college.
That's. I can't even. I really wanted to go on a rant, so I had to calm myself down on that one. Like, no, it really is a systematic thing. Like, for what y'all did, you had a 2 or 3 year window to get a higher deal, whether conference, whether sponsorship, whether whatever. That was the money you was gonna get because them basketball programs they were hip to it. They were like, nah, not a team with he's a what? And he's coming back and there's more. Nah, we can schedule somebody else that following year.
That's true.
Yeah, that's crazy. So let's run it back. Now we in father mode. We getting a little older. We still hip though. We don't ever let them take that from us, yo. We still soulfully cultified. We got that knowledge. We traditionally passed down now by heritage, but now we talking heritage to the new seed. Your son, Trevor.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the game plan and his level of maturity with the game of basketball? He's what, a sophomore now, I believe, right?
Yeah, he's a sophomore. He's about to finish up his sophomore year.
Correct.
But he's definitely has grown just from this year to what I ever seen, because I'm the type of like father, like, okay, I don't want to force him to do anything. If he wants to do it, I'll support it, whatever. It was just so happened he wanted to play basketball, so it made it easier for me to connect. And help him out as much as I can. I wasn't like working him out or nothing yet because I didn't want to be that father or whatever too early. See, a lot of people taking their kids, man, through these crazy workouts, like these NBA workouts. I'm like, bro, we're not doing NBA workouts because every level is different, and these people don't understand it. You know, high school is a different level than college. College is a different level than professional. You can't work on NBA stuff and think it's gonna work in the college and high school level. It's not.
Man, spit that knowledge, bro.
It's
like,
not. So
running back stuff.
Yeah, man. So I be trying to school them like, look, let's do it this way. It's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't jump it too early, man. Just have fun and go from there. But
you gotta learn, you gotta master that drive by before you worry about your step back. Your first step got to be explosive before that step back is gonna be efficient.
Yeah, that's true. And see, and my kid's mother, she be like, yo, why don't you just hit him up and come get him? Just and this saying that. No, I don't want that. I said because I don't want to waste my time or his time. So if he's not into it, engaged into it, we're gonna be wasting each other's time.
Lord knows.
And that's why I told him. But see, lately, man, he been hitting me up like, yo, let's work out every day, yo, every day. So now I'm like, so now I can go hard. And
now it's time.
And I know he's gonna listen and he want to be better. And he's been. And I think, man, the way I really think this year coming up, he's gonna be on another level, man, because his focus just turned over.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm seeing it differently now. Like he's in there, man. Me and him in there. Like we worked out today. So we in there almost every day now, getting it in. Now the next step is getting him on the court because I want to do the gym stuff, workout stuff with the weights and then go straight to the gym so he can shoot it out and stuff like that. But I be trying to tell him, man, like even with the offers he getting now, I be trying to level him. Like, look, don't just because you get offers don't mean you're safe. You know what I'm saying? Offers don't. To me, offers don't mean nothing. If you can't sign and nothing, it's just word. You know what I'm saying? It's just words. So don't think for 1 second it can't get taken away.
It's every day. You can't be the same. Did you get better? Did you get worse? You know what I'm saying? And if you rely on that yesterday or last week's offer, then you're getting worse because you're relying on something from the past.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Yeah. And I be trying to tell them, like, look, don't get, because, this shit, it's all about social media. So, like, everybody bigging him up on social media. So I know he's feeling himself. Like, that's just natural. And so I just be trying to level him, like, look, man, that don't let it get to you. Get, just go hard, man.
Especially for guards.
Yeah.
It's a long process, and the crazy part is a lot of the kids who get the exposure that they want and they get to the place they think they want to get, they realize it's not what they thought it was, right? Especially if they put in that work, right? And you get there, you start off behind. It's hard to come back from that.
They get that one perception.
And it is, man.
How they think it's supposed to be or what they saw and they liked, and that's all they thinking about.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
That's why I'm like, man, don't chase it, man. Like, it's gonna come, man. Everything, if it's meant to be, it's gonna be, y'all. Like,
absolutely.
Just don't try to jump to it fast. Just let it come.
It's them offers mean, you need to tell them this all the time. Them offers mean that you're supposed to dominate next year in every stretch of your game.
And that's why I be saying, and that's why I be like telling them like now you on people's radar.
Yeah.
So if like just notice, just imagine, especially around here, like if people hearing that you getting offers, they gonna you now you're a target. They gonna come at you, bro. Like, and if you don't like, I be hearing people talk, mess to them like overrated. Like you gotta back it up though.
Yeah.
They can say whatever, but you gotta back it up.
And that's the end of the day. That's the tape gonna tell it. And that's how it happens. Like some of these kids don't realize the perfect scenario, and I'm gonna speak for a kid just who's out there believing. The perfect scenario is that you don't get found to your senior year, and every day, every game, you get more attention, and then you get to your climax. Problem with that is, well, not the problem with that, but the every other scenario, if you're a sophomore and you get the letter, you're a freshman, you get the letter, you're a junior, you get the letter. Now these people have the time to prepare for you as that D1 offered kid. You see what I'm saying? And you getting hammered every night. So not only did you just get that big bullseye on your back, you now got to double down because everybody else is wanting your spot. And so, that for these kids out here, they need to understand the only way that's an easy path is when you slide into a role, and that rarely ever happens. Like you got to understand that now being offered means it either goes all the way or you get it bigger.
Yep,
There's no in between.
That's a fact.
Like, bro.
That's a fact, man.
I wish him all the success, yo. He's under a good program with Steph. Shout out Steph Welsh, the Woodside way. They grinding Uptown Newport News.
Absolutely.
You know, when we went to school, Tim, and won't no goddamn on Woodside, they was just finally patching the dirt on the ground for the school to get there around that time.
See, because you was a little ahead, so like it ended up opening with us like them and Heritage.
Yep.
And that's how Denbigh split up because Denbigh, you know, we had Carlos Hurd.
That hurt y'all, bro.
And everybody went to Heritage with Coach K, and it was just crazy.
Yep.
But then a lot of people then went to Woodside, so it was like everybody going here and there. So, but it was fun, man. It's definitely fun. But yeah, it's different. It's different. But I be telling, because my son, he like 6 foot, man. So I'm like, man, I hope you keep growing, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let him tell her he's 6'2" with the fro, because he played with the fro out.
Yep. So now I'm working on his quads and core. So I be telling him like, yo, we're gonna work on your quads and core and stretching, man. That was the most important part. And now he's like, yo, I can grab the rim with jumping off 2 feet with 2 hands. Now I never could do that. So now he believing in the stuff I'm doing. So it's like now it makes it easier for him to just go ahead and fall in and listen.
That's music. That's music to basketball.
Yeah, I told him, man. I said, by the end of the summer, I want you dunking on people, like on people. Yes. That's my goal to you.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, so like, yeah, man, we turn on another level. So we'll do the gym thing, and then like Steph, he'll get him and take him, work him out wherever he take him to. Like, you know, he got a few things going on with him too. So I'm just trying to keep him busy as possible. Yeah.
So, you know, that being a mid-major D1, you only usually get in by winning the conference tournament. We know that.
Absolutely. Yep. Yes.
So to get there 2 years.
Yeah, man.
2 chips.
It's crazy. We had to win out. You know what I'm saying? Like, we definitely had to win out. It makes it harder.
It makes it more satisfying though, too.
And that's just what I'm about to say, bro. Like, it makes it more satisfying because you know you earned it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you earned it, and it was a fight, and you was just a better team.
Yeah.
Both years, yo. So it definitely make you appreciate it more. But now, you know, with everything changing, like now it's changing now, man. Mid-major, like Gonzaga, they're not considered mid-major no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like they was mid-major with us when I was there. The Butlers more considered more power, like, you know,
Butlers, Creightons.
It's changing.
Yeah, those mid-majors are making their mark.
Making their mark, man. And it's a beautiful thing to see that too as well. Because we definitely weren't ranked. We couldn't get ranked back then.
Yeah.
But now they can get ranked.
You had them rolling, bro. They knew who you was. Like
you had to be rolling, but they just ain't respect. Because we were mid-majors, but now
the stuff they mumble about Gonzaga now is what they was just screaming at y'all every day of the week. Like that mumbles of you don't play nobody till you get to the tournament, or if you do, it was in November and don't count.
And people don't realize that a lot of schools don't take, don't
take those games.
So it don't be our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like people don't realize behind what things go behind it. You know, a lot of things behind it.
Facts.
So it's crazy.
They can't duck you at the dance, bro.
Nah, they can't, yo. So that's why they be that's why they be getting upset, yo, because they'll catch you.
Hey, look, when you went to the dance, you was in the zone. Just to be honest, I mean, just growing up with you, using the zone. So I'm gonna be modest and critique the game best I can, like I'm a $1 million analyst or something. So the first year, I believe you woke up late to the party. I believe it was there, but it wasn't coming. And let me just say this, because I have no dialogue other than these stat lines I'm about to throw out. You still had 22, 3 steals, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. That's a good college game, but not the guy I know. Not the guy that had to get him there, like you said. Not the guy that was ready to go.
Yeah, because majority of them points, like 90% of them points were in the second half. You know what I'm saying? So you're definitely right. The adjustment was different. Hey,
And then second year, the same story, but it's flipped now.
Yeah.
Everybody knows y'all. Like, this the second year they in there. This kid lost and put up 22. We got to shut him down. We advance. That's how they think. It was Cincinnati, I believe.
Cincinnati.
It's like they had 4 NBA players, bro. 4 NBA players.
And it's crazy because they were talking so much trash. It's because we had like our girls team knew a few of their players and they were talking so much, yo. So like I was like, yo, I can't wait. I said, I can't. They were talking, and then like when we got there and we was warming up for the game, they was talking so much on warm ups and stuff. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna put it on y'all, bro. I'm gonna put it on y'all, yo, because that man, it was just crazy.
It seemed
so like and then my boy James White, of course, he was at Hargrave with me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he went to Hargrave with me. So we was already good friends, you know. So you know, it was definitely a battle. It was definitely a battle.
Dope experience.
But the Wake Forest, man, I was so caught up in the moment, man. So it's like in the beginning I had to settle down.
I know it.
But it's crazy because I wanted to get them because they didn't pick me. You know what I'm saying? They picked Justin Gray, so it was just like, yo, I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to him. So
that's crazy how that story came full circle.
I eventually got my game
Prosser and Justin Gray. That's crazy, man. And then it's like your second goal was like, you needed everybody to be in their best mood. It's the best version of them to take you past Cincinnati. See, that's the good stuff for the video, but the audio they won't get to see it like that. But yeah, the video, that's love right there.
Yeah, man. So it's crazy because after it's crazy because I went to Nike camp from college. You know how we'll be like the big brothers that we'll go in there and help coach the high school kids. Steph was there, you know. Steph was there as a Nike player. Yeah. So I was there as a coach and stuff. But like CP, Chris Paul, like we would get together and he'll be like, he said, "Yo, you know, you when I did that, if I was there, because you know he ain't coming to the next year."
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
He said, bro, man, if I was there, you wouldn't have got off like that. I said, you crazy, man. So you know, like just how he is now is crazy because he was like that then, you know, as a freshman.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? In college. So it's just crazy.
That's circle deep, man.
Yeah, it is, man. It is. Definitely is.
Yo, appreciate your time, bro.
No, I appreciate yours, man.
You know we're gonna get up again because your son got some things in front of him. So it's
absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a matter of time.
We coming, man. And his young brother, man. Hopefully he get his stuff together. My boy Travis.
Yeah.
So hopefully he gonna come too, you know. So
well, the eyes is on it. We're gonna see it if it's you know what I'm saying. It's gonna we gotta let it mature though. We're gonna let it sit in the garden a little longer. I think that was the best line you might have had, and I gotta throw it again, was that kids need to prepare for what's in front and not where the end point is.
Yeah, bro, like I be saying too much. I be saying too much of that, man. Like they be trying to teach the NBA stuff to the kids. You can't. That's not gonna work because it's different rules on each level. You know what I'm saying? So like NBA, you can take 3 steps. Everybody keeps saying it's a travel, but it's in their rule book. You know, there's 2.5, 3 steps. See, that's why. So you can do certain things on the NBA level you can't do on a high school and college level. So,
man, I had to spend like a while trying to explain how you also got to look at a 6'8" guy dribble the ball and keeps his hand off the ball and starts running, and then grabs the ball. And so that part, people don't think about that. And kids want to do it young. But guess what? The ref in high school is going to call that a travel every time. Your hand won't even on the ball. But he going to call it because he can't you know, he's not used to seeing the feet move like that. And it's just, you got to teach it, man. You got to teach it.
Absolutely. That's true. That's true, man.
You know, you could tell we grew up together when we dominate these. That's why Commonwealth Season 4 going one-on-one because my man been holding me down the whole way. LT been holding me down, and we expanded. So
that's some good stuff, man. I like this, man. We need this.
Sir. Yeah.
We're gonna get the gentleman's club back together. So we're gonna build something out of that bad news area.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, please do. I support.
Got to, bro.
Yeah.
Got to. This is Commonwealth Sports Talk. My man Tim Smith, LT, and Joe D right here. It's been a pleasure. Let's get it.
Same here. Hey, I appreciate y'all, man.
Mm-hmm.